Yeah, tell me about it. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. Good afternoon for my East Coast people, and good morning for my West Coast people. Can you all hear me, by the way? If you want to put in the chat or let me know if my voice is coming through loud and clear. Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give it about 2 more minutes just before we get started, just because we still have a few people joining in. But first and foremost, I think I say this on every webinar, and this is our eighth or ninth webinar at this point. But I just really appreciate you all taking the time to be on here. I know that it's the middle of the workday, and you guys are obviously sacrificing some time to be here and listen to me talk. So I truly do appreciate it. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to listen to me talk the whole time. I'm gonna show you what you came here to see. But just a quick introduction for those of you that are already on here. I'm already recognizing a good amount of people that I already recognize. Arthur, Patrick, David, well, actually, everybody here. Cassie, yeah, so everybody here pretty much. Maurice, I don't recognize Maurice. I do apologize, Maurice, if I should be recognizing you. But my name is Nicholas. I'm the co-founder here at Leaf 360. And for those of you that have not had an opportunity to be on any of our webinars before, our launch date is April 1st as we are launching our new system. That is our official launch date that we are set at. We are looking to hopefully launch sooner for those of you that are already on the wait list. But nonetheless, the purpose of this webinar is to show you all pretty much everything that we have currently built out, features that we are currently working on, and to also get your feedback as we're launching this CRM. We want to make sure that this is something that everybody is happy with, obviously. The name of the game is really customization. So you're going to notice as I start to share my screen how customizable the system is. So for those of you that are really power users when it comes to systems, just know that you can really make it your own. But just a quick introduction. If you don't know who Leaf 360 is, you're probably like, man, who are these guys? Leaf 360, we're a software company. We're founded by mortgage brokers for mortgage brokers. And my father, Christian, who's our founder and CEO, he's been in the mortgage industry for 25 years. Myself, I'm our co-founder and CMO. I was in the mortgage industry for about 5 years as an originator. Thabo and Stan, they're not here, but they're on the development and management side. And we've been working together for quite a while. I've known pretty much every single one of them since I was a baby, being 25 years young. And when Leaf 360 was founded, it really started by accident. We were looking at creating a solution for our own mortgage company at the time. This was back in 2019. And we were using Arive, and we were just looking at how can we connect Arive to the CRMs that we're using. And we can never find a perfect CRM, but we just wanted to integrate it. And once we set out to build that and we realized like, okay, we can do this, we started to do a whole lot more in terms of connecting things and just trying to consolidate our tech stack. And we started getting a lot of requests from different mortgage companies that we knew. And when we saw the success that they were having, we realized we were onto something. For the last few years, we've really functioned as an integration partner for Arive and LendingPad and even Encompass, connecting them to all sorts of different CRMs for mortgage companies and even real estate agents. And we realized that there wasn't a perfect CRM out there. There wasn't a perfect system, and we wanted to build it. And I can't tell you that it's perfect. I'd be lying to you if I told you it's perfect. But we do believe that it's pretty dang good, and that's why we're really excited to get this launched to you guys. So without further ado, this is something that we've been working on for the past year and a half, almost 2 years now. And as we're getting closer to our launch date, we're really excited. And I'm just going to stop talking and show you guys. All right. So I think we're good. We're good to go. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And guys, by the way, I am the only one on the call today. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. However, if you notice that I'm not answering it, just go ahead and interrupt me. I'm okay with that. I'm not mad if you go ahead and interrupt me, but please just try to ask the question in the chat first. That way I can get to it. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and if you guys don't mind, if you guys can put what market you're in, like what state you're in, I would love to see where everybody's coming in from. If we have any West Coast people, Mountain Time, Central, East Coast. I'm on the East Coast myself. I'm here in South Florida. I know Joe's up in the Carolinas himself. But if we have any, let me know where you guys are from. I would love to hear that. Okay, we got some West Coast, Washington, D.C., Central Florida. Awesome. I love to see it. SC, Florida. Oh, so we got a whole bunch of East Coast people here. Okay, okay. So this is mid-afternoon for you guys. It's not too early. All right. Let's go. Go Fins. Hey, the Finns aren't doing too well right now, but go Finns. Funny enough, for those of you that do appreciate football, we had an argument in our group chat last night talking about the Dolphins' future, but I'll save that for another webinar. We could talk about that for an hour. All right, let me just move my chat over here so we can see everything. All right, awesome. Can you all see my screen right now? Can you all see everything? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat if that's apparent so we can get started? Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Okay, cool. Thank you, Arthur. Appreciate you, Arthur. Arthur's my guy. That guy's awesome. All right, so let's get into it. So here we are. We are inside of Leap 360. Now, what we've built here is this is a very customizable agentic CRM. And what do I mean by agentic? We have our own custom AI called Leah, which is actually the name of my little sister. It also stands for, what was it? I forgot. Something, I actually forgot what it stands for, so we'll worry about that after. But it stands for something cool. It's a cool acronym. But nonetheless, as I go throughout the system, I want to talk to you guys a lot because we've just recently launched a lot of new updates this past Monday with our agentic tools. So let's just get started. For those of you that have not been on the webinar before, this is all going to be very new to you. So I'm just going to take things step by step. And for those of you that have been here, you may notice a few new updates from our last webinar. First and foremost, when you log into our new system, you're going to have access to your dashboard. Now, within the dashboard, this is essentially a quick glance at all of the important metrics that you need to see available to you. Sorry, I'm just moving this here. You can customize this completely at a company level or even at an individual loan officer level. So if I want to see my leads, my applications, my close, my loans that are in processing, my revenue, etc., I have access to put those KPIs right there at the forefront. So when I log in, I know exactly what numbers I need to see. You can remove or you can add into here as well. And with our AI tool that we're going to be installing a chatbot here, you can ask it to just customize your dashboard based on what you believe you need to see. So if you prompt it well enough that you tell it, here's the metrics I'm looking for, here's a rough idea, it will create the dashboard for you. Over here, we have your pipeline funnel where you can essentially sift everything by your leads, by your loans, and essentially as you create extra pipelines, those will be available there. We have your AI coach at a quick glance that scours the system. It looks for actions that you need to take, any risks such as, rate locks expiring, maybe you're missing documents, you have an appraisal delay, or even opportunities that you have for even potentially refinances, or even, lowering, you have first-time buyers that are coming up. Over here are forecasting goals. You can actually set company goals as an admin or as an owner, and you can also set individual goals. So over here, I have a few different goals. I have one target that is 15 units. I have another one that is 4 million, and I have another one that is 120K in revenue, right? So you can set your goals. And then because of the fact that this is live and it's recorded as well, Mario, because of the fact that this is integrated directly with your LOS, as your loan production is coming in, as your commissions are coming in, the revenue, the loan amount, the purchase price, any information that you're tracking with your goals, that will be updated in live time. So for those of you that are looking for a way to manage your business a little bit more efficiently, especially when it comes to goal tracking, that's going to be available right there for you. You can see all your top referral partners at a quick glance. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in our reporting dashboard. And then you even have access to see your team leaderboard. And then this is your action center, which is a bit more of your AI coach expanded. Once again, guys, we're going to be cleaning up this view a little bit before launch. So you're not going to see the action center and the AI coach. That will all be consolidated. Moving on, I just want to talk about the inbox really quickly. The way that the inbox functions is it connects directly to your email domain. So whether you're using Google, Outlook, whatever email domain you have, all of your emails will start to pull in through the system here. You have access to see every single call that is outgoing, whether it's inbound or outbound from the system. So this is assuming that you are using our dialer, which will give you unlimited calls and texting. On the topic of texting, you'll see all your text conversations here. And then this little handshake icon is an internal conversation piece. So this is for if you are internally communicating with different team members or even business contacts. And that's a really cool way to keep track of those conversations. So for those of you that possibly use Slack or even Teams, this may not be a direct replacement for it, but it will cover some of that functionality if you don't have an internal communication system as well. If you guys have any questions, by the way, as I'm moving through everything, please feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to go back as well. It's just we have a lot to show you guys, so that's why you'll notice I jump from things. So if you're not clear about anything or you want to see more use cases, please let me know. We'll just stick in order. So we'll go straight to Ask Leah. Now, when we look at Leah, Leah is very special. Leah is a very, very smart AI tool. Now, just so you all understand the way that our AI works is with the LLM or the learning model, this is not public information. So for those of you that are used to using ChatGPT or Claude or really any other AI, maybe you've uploaded documents, maybe you've uploaded client information, hopefully not too personal, to get a response back. And unfortunately, that information is shared. With our AI, all of that is secure, it's internal, it's encrypted. So that information is only available to you and your personal AI. And the way that it works is this AI is going to get to know everything about your system. So if I want to ask Leah, what are some opportunities I have in my client pipeline? I can ask it that question. You'll notice it has the text to talk. I don't know about you guys, but I love that voice function. I don't have to type anything anymore. It's going to look throughout my whole system and it's going to say, here, I'll help you analyze your opportunities. You have 35 active leads in your pipeline. Let's break these down. And it's saying, here's your high priority opportunities. We have Jane Smith, we have Christian, we have Taylor. Now, once we launch, all of these will be clickable. So you don't like right now, it's just a simple text field, but it will actually, it'll have a hyperlink to take you to the client's profile and it'll also generate a list. So now I could say, okay, these are my opportunities. Draft an email to get me in front of my hot and warm leads. So now I can go ahead and tell the AI to do that. And as soon as I do that, you're going to notice that it's going to start drafting a personalized email for me. Once again, before launch, what's going to happen is this is going to work directly with our inline email editor, which I'll show you, that you can literally just take that email, you can edit it, and then you can hit send, and it'll send it out to that list of clients for you. Now, maybe I wanted to draft an SMS for my hot and warm leads as well. Not leads, but leads. And then as soon as I do that, you're going to notice that it's also going to start to go ahead and draft the SMS for me. And then I can also hit send as well. And you'll notice it even drafts the SMS for each individual person. Once again, before launch, this is going to be a little bit more consolidated. You'll be able to just open up the list and then click send, and it'll personalize it for each person as well. And it's even going to ask you further clarifying questions as well. So if the AI is like, hey, you're not giving me enough information, it'll ask you more questions so it can learn. And as you're answering it, it's storing that information in its memory. For those of you that are used to using AI and you're coming from a different system, you can always take your existing memory from those systems and import it into here so the AI knows everything about you the second you sign up. And we'll talk to you about that, especially as we get you onboarded. For those of you that are already signed up with Leaf 360, you don't have to pay anything extra. You don't have to do anything. Your account is going to be converted to this. So you'll have everything set up. For those of you that are new, go to leaf360.com. Get on the wait list if you're not already on there, and then join our Facebook community so you can get earliest access. I'll link the Facebook community in a second. I have a lot of tabs and I'm out here on my own, so I'll get it out to you after. But if you do go on Facebook, it's just Leaf 360. That's our group name. Any questions about the AI before I move on and show you guys a lot more? Obviously, if I don't hear anything, I'll just move on. Okay, I'm gonna assume everybody's good. Awesome. All right. Moving on from Ask Leah, this is our AI studio. I'll touch on this briefly. For those of you that do a lot of direct to client and even agent as well, it doesn't. This is going to be really useful if you're a solo loan officer or even if you have a team. The idea is that with this AI studio, you can essentially create your own personal AI agent. You can hire like a VA that's an AI, and I'll show you how it works. So first and foremost, you have your personalization. You can put all your information in there. You can do your custom instructions. You can even give it writing samples of how you like to talk, how you like to text, how you like to write. And then you can also provide memory, once again, from your existing systems, or you can put your own. And then when it comes to building an agent, we already have 4 agents built into our system, but I can come over here and I can either create one from scratch. So I can give it a name. I can choose what type of agent it is. Does it handle inbound? Does it handle outbound? Does it manage tasks for me? Is it like a processor where it analyzes documents? So let's say this one is outbound. I can give it certain skills. So I want to give it lead qualification. I don't really care about document processing. I want to give it follow-up. I want to give it customer support, lead scoring. I want it to schedule appointments. And then that's really all I need. Then I can prompt it. I can give it all sorts of prompts, whatever. I'm not going to do this right now. And I can even give it a first message that I always wanted to use. I can give it my knowledge base, so I can upload documentation that I needed to know. I'm big on like physical therapy. So when I create AI agents, I'll usually give it, legitimate theses and papers on that. So that way it knows a lot. And obviously my AI agent knows a lot about my body. It knows a lot about my activity. So it's able to really give me a lot of good recommendations on how to take care of myself. It's the same for when you're building an agent for your mortgage business. You need to give it as much information as possible so it knows everything about you and your business. And then once you're happy with it, you can give it a number, you could select a voice. And then if we're missing anything, I think I have to give it a name. We'll just call it Nico. You can create that agent. And then as soon as I don't know if I have ability to create an agent in here. Yeah, I don't have the ability to do it in this demo account. But if I go here and I do that, oh yeah, I can't create them right now. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of tease you with that. But nonetheless, you'll see we have a few of the agents that we already pre-created from our admin. That's also going to show you can limit team members of your team owner from creating agents. So you can set permissions. So obviously, you probably don't want to restrict loan officers, but you may want to restrict like an LOA or a processor if you don't want them coming in there creating that. To show you how the AI agent works, if I go to my mortgage receptionist, which is actually active, I can test it. So we're not going to test it on a call just for the purpose of the webinar, but I can test it in here. So I could say, hey, my name is Nicholas, and I'm looking to buy a home as soon as possible. I live here in Pembroke Pines, Florida. So as soon as I do that, I'm simulating the conversation between the agent and the client. And then assuming that the agent is live and it's functioning, what's going to happen is it's going to automatically respond to you. Now, right now, we're literally updating everything, which is why you're not seeing a conversation. If you were here on our webinar yesterday, you would have seen a conversation. I know Joe was there, but nonetheless, this is where you would go to test the voice agent. So once you create your actual voice agent, the AI will start to prompt and respond almost automatically. Oh, that's why my thing timed out. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. I had been logged in here and I didn't realize I timed out. Let me test this out again. Second, so let's go over here. Unless there is an update being done. Hi, I'm looking to buy a home. Oh, okay. I was just timed out. I didn't even realize. Okay, so looks like they're not working on it. So you'll notice immediately, hi there, that's wonderful. I'm Leo and I'm here to help you get you started. To better assist you, could I get your name? So this is acting as like a mortgage receptionist. It's trying to collect the information first and foremost. Let me let these people in. It's trying to collect the information. So now I could say, okay, hi, my name is Nicholas and my phone number is 123-456. I'm looking to buy ASAP. And then now it's going to think about the response and then it's going to respond immediately. Now, I could spend a whole call with you guys going through the AI and how it works. But once again, once you create your voice agent and you're happy with it, you've done enough testing, you can now set it live. What's beautiful about the voice agents is you can either set it where it's more of a manual thing where you have to assign it, or you could train your AI agent to do everything for you. You could say, hey, every single day at 9 a.m., I want you to call all my leads. Every single day at 10 a.m., I want you to check up on my pre-approvals. Every single day at 11 a.m., I want you to do this. I want you guys to think about this voice agent as a literal team member that's joining your team for free. You can hire as many agents. We have a company that's already working with us. They've been working with us for a few months now, helping us test everything. They have about 8 to 10 AI agents that are handling appointment setting, document processing, document intake. It's doing a lot of the management that they would otherwise have to do. Obviously, AI is not going to be a closer right away. You can't get the bot to completely replace you. At least I don't believe you can get a bot to completely replace you. But nonetheless, it can be a great asset as essentially an assistant as well. If we don't have any questions about the AI, I'm just going to go ahead and move on and get into our pipelines. Any questions about that or any use cases that you guys are curious about how you could use it in your business? Okay, awesome. All right. Now, moving into our pipelines, for those of you that have not been on a webinar, this is, if you have been here, I apologize. I know this is very repetitive, but essentially what we've done here is we've essentially created custom pipelines to allow you guys to really manage your business in every single aspect. Now, what's beautiful about these custom pipelines is we're going to give you a default pipeline view, but you can also come in and make your own. So our sales pipeline is really just leads, right? The idea is that this is anybody that is pre-application. So Maury said you're rolling, keep going. I love it. Awesome. If you guys don't have any questions, I mean, that means that I'm showing you everything and you guys probably understand it. So I'm happy about that. I talk kind of quick sometimes, guys. So if you need me to slow down, be like, hey, Nico, please slow down. I need to process this. I'll be more than happy to. But nonetheless, going back to it, your pipelines, these are going to be pre-built, so you don't have to come in here and build them. Once again, guys, I want you to think that everything is agentic. You could literally, we have a chat bot that you don't see here. It's because we're doing some final testing for the chat bot before we put it on the live system. Hopefully this week or not next week, our webinars, you'll be able to see it. But you could literally tell the AI, hey, create a pipeline for me. And this is what I want to see. And what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, great. I'll create this sales pipeline. We're going to break it into 4 categories. We have your brand new leads, right? You're engaged, you're interested, they're hot, they're warm, they're cold, maybe they're long term. And then once you move them into long term, now they're going to get pushed into your nurture. Now, why are they long term? Are they missing income? Are they missing assets? Is it credit repair? Is it just long term? Maybe they're just looking to buy in the near future. Maybe it's not, they're not ready. They have a life event going on. Let's say you want to add an additional stage in here. I could even say not qualified, right? I spelled that wrong. Okay, not qualified. Perfect. And then I could add conditions in here, right? I could say ideally we would have like a not qualified one, but we'll just say this. We'll just say not interested. And as soon as I click Save Pipeline, once I create my conditions, it's going to automatically create that focus view for me. For those of you that are already coming from different CRMs, you'll notice it's a very common thing. You have smart lists, focus views, focus bars. The idea is that every single one of these are going to display different information based on the filters that you have preset for them. So just so you can understand it a little bit more, I'll jump into our loan pipeline. If I were to go into my loan pipeline, I have all my loans here. Now, this integrates directly with your LOS. I want to make that very clear. So if you're using Arive, LendingPad, Encompass, Lotusoft, Byte, Calyx, etc., Path, as long as your LOS is being updated, that loan information will pull through in here so you don't have to update it. So assuming that a client applies in your LOS, it'll automatically show up into here. Right now I have 15 loans, I have 12 in applied, I have 1 in docs received, and I have 2 in ready to review. So you can see how these different focus views work is essentially funnels the clients. And I have this little progress tab, which I really like this personally. I can just kind of see the progress of the client. So when I'm looking at all my loans, if I just want to say, okay, like who has the most progress? Right now, these are not updating anything, so don't worry about that. It will be. But I can essentially sort everything over here. I can remove certain columns as well if I'd like, so I can clean up this view. But I really, really do like the progress tab just because of the fact that if I'm looking at all my loans, I kind of know, okay, who's near the finish line, right? Like who's actually getting close to going towards that pre-approval stage. Staying in the loan pipeline, obviously, we have our pre-approval stage. Now, for a lot of people, we'll track pre-approvals, but we don't really do a good job of segmenting that database. You ever have a pre-approved client that's just sitting there for like 6 months and you're like, wait, they're not really pre-approved anymore at this point? I don't know if anybody has that happen a lot, but when I was a loan officer, I would get a lot of pre-approved clients that when the market, like, especially during COVID and people were getting laid off and whatnot, I had so many clients that were pre-approved and I would call them and they're like, man, I can't buy anymore. Or with everything going on, I just don't want to buy. So I had a whole pipeline of what I thought looked really good. And it turns out that it just really wasn't. The idea in here is that as you're pre-approving your clients, you're able to essentially segment them into different timelines and, or maybe they don't have a timeline, but the idea is that you're able to segment them a little bit more so you can focus on who do you actually need to prioritize, and then who do you need to revisit. Processing, this is going to be all of your active loans. These are going to match the stages within your LOS. So it's always going to be one-to-one. So you don't have to think twice. If it's file setup in Arive, it's going to be file setup in here. If it's disclosed in LendingPad, it's going to be disclosed in here. If it's under review in Encompass, it's going to be under review in here. Depending on what LOS you have, we're going to customize that view for you. And then obviously your active closings as well. So that's your client pipeline, right? Any questions about that before I move into the business partner pipeline? Give it like 5 seconds. All right, cool.
Nico, I
Hey,
got a question.
that's my boy Joe. Thank you, Joe. All right, what's up, brother?
Did you talk about the difference between all people and then the sales pipeline and loan pipeline?
I did it. Thank you, bro. You see, Joe, you got to stay on the call with me, man. You got to help me out.
I got you.
So,
Put me on payroll.
yeah, right. So just so you guys know, Joe has been with us for a long time. Joe's like my best friend. Like I always tell him that. Like that's my guy. And you know this guy kills it, man. He really does. And when we were first like getting things going, I saw the way he was utilizing this. Like our first rendition of Leaf 360. He's always been doing an amazing job. So If you guys have any questions about like how to use a CRM, Joe is your guy. But yes, so great question, Joe. So the all people section, right now it is not live because once again, a lot of these things that you guys are seeing, like if you guys have been on any of the webinars, especially Joe and like a few of the people that have been here, you're noticing live updates every single day. So we take a lot of things offline, but the all people section is we're probably going to move it a little bit higher, but it's going to consist of everybody in your system. So that's just going to be a section where you can see all your clients, all your business contacts. It's just like one big list of all your people. So then your sales pipeline is just going to consist of, once again, all your leads. So if I were to click on sales pipeline, it would pull up in everybody in there. If I click on my loan pipeline, it would pull up in all my loans. And then same with my business contacts. Um, this should not be down here. I don't know why we're moving things, but if I go to my business contacts now, very similar to my sales pipeline, the way that this functions is so as a loan officer, you don't want to treat your business partners any different from your clients. I'm a firm believer in that. I want to treat my business partners the same way I treat my clients. I want to call them back right away. I want to text them. I want to get in front of them. I want to make them feel like a VIP, right? Because that's honestly how we're going to get their business. So no better way to get their business than if we're tracking everything. Within our settings page, you can come over here and you can essentially add different pipelines. So if I want to track pipelines for maybe I do a lot of business with title companies, and I'll just call it title. And this is a contact type. I can create that, and I'll make it blue, and then I'll put this little shield right here. I can go ahead and create that pipeline, and then now I've created essentially a generic pipeline for all my title companies. So now, if I were to add a contact in there, and then I were to add them as a title agent, once I put that information in right there, I'll just delete this. It's going to automatically add that contact and it's going to get moved into my title pipeline. That business contact will not get moved into my real estate pipeline because they're not a real estate agent. So let's talk about this. Once again, you can create any type of pipeline for any type of business partner. If your business partner is not in there as a contact type, you could just add that as a contact type. You could just create different contact types, but we have a lot already pre-built. So for those of you that work with a lot of real estate agents and you want to track all your business with them, this is really what I like to do. I like to break them up into three different categories. I have my prospects, and then I have my different stages in there. I don't believe in cold calling. I believe in warm calling. So I like to warm up every single lead and every single business partner before I reach out to them. So whenever I have an agent that I'm looking to get business from, I will put them into my new prospects, and then I'll start to move them into like my warm intro. So what does that mean? That means that I'm probably going to hit them up on social media. I might DM them on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I might like a few posts. I really try to be strategic to get my name out there because I post a lot on social media myself so that they might know who I am beforehand. If you're a person that doesn't have an active social media presence, you can leverage your online presence, maybe your experience in the industry, whatever that looks like. But I always like to try to warm it up even before calling. I'll send them a quick text letting them know, like, hey, I might reach out. People appreciate that. You could just call. You could do that too. I mean, I did a lot of cold calling when I was a loan officer. I did a lot of door knocking. I was that type of loan officer. I was going to people's like open houses. I was going to realtor offices. I was doing everything because I was young. I was new to the industry. So I knew I had to do something. And I was putting them in my CRM because I knew if I was going to spend time going to an open house and getting information, there's no point in just keeping it on my phone or in a spreadsheet. I need a system that's going to work for me. So that's why I like to categorize everything in here. You can customize this. We have our active partners, and then this is going to keep track of all of your active agents that you're working with. And then re-engagement is really for people that you used to work with, but just something went off, right? Like you just stopped doing as much business. Now, I want to show you an example of what it's like when I open a realtor's profile. This is Dabo, who is also our CTO and co-founder. This is his example profile. He's not actually an agent, but if I open up the agent's profile, I could talk about all the details, but I want to talk about a few important things here. First and foremost, the referrals. Anytime that I'm working with an agent, I can see, or even a title company, it doesn't matter, any business partner, I can see all the referrals that they sent me at a quick glance within their profile. I also have access to see the performance metrics. So I can see leads, loans, volume, conversion rates. You can customize these metrics. So when we launch, this will be fully customizable for you. Probably won't have all these colors. It's kind of colorful right now. If you like colors, by all means, you can leave it. We're trying to make the system as customizable as possible. Me personally, I'm more of a black and white kind of guy. I like a simple user interface, right? I like it clean. But if you like colors, hey, by all means to you, go ahead. But nonetheless, I can see those performance metrics, production numbers. So we are planning on integrating directly with Redder, our ETR. I know a lot of people use MMI. I know a lot of people use Model Match. If we can, we will. But Redder, it seems to be the cheapest and easiest integration solution to pull data based on production. So, assuming that you have a Redder account or you maybe get signed up with them when we integrate, it'll be able to automatically pull in all of your business partners' units, volume, buyer side, seller side transactions, average sales price, how long they've been in the industry, and then you could actually sort that based on even like time, right? So if you want to see what they've done in 2026, 2025, 2024, and obviously if you're in 2026, you can also sort it out by the different months. And if you don't have any kind of integration, you could just manually update this information. So uh, I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't manually update this information. I don't think I'd want to go through that because that just wouldn't make sense. It's a lot of work to do that. So I recommend using a system like MMI, Model Match, or Redder. Honestly, I like Redder a lot. We don't get paid by them. We're not even integrated yet, but it does a good job at pulling data. You can update this manually. Once again, I'm just telling you guys, I probably wouldn't myself. Team management. Okay, so a lot of times we work with agents and we want to get that whole office, right? So if you have like a CSV, or you just have the information of their team, if it's like a team leader, you could add the broker owner's team members under their profile. And in that way, you could reference that contact at any time as well. So that way, if I'm looking at a team owner, which is Dabo, and he's Leaf 360 Realty, which I promise is not a real company. We don't have a real estate company. I can see that. I can see all of his team members, and then these will all be hyperlinked. So you could literally just click in and it'll even tell you what CRM they're using. Why is that important? At Leaf 360, we connect to your realtor partners' CRMs directly. So when you're working a referral and you have leads and you have loan statuses being updated and you're sharing information, depending on what CRM they have, if they have like an open API connection, we can actually push information to their CRM. We already have a full-blown integration with Follow Up Boss. So let's say you wanted to leave a note for the agent. I could come into here, leave a note right here, and then I know he's using Follow Up Boss. It's going to actually drop that note in his CRM for that client. Thank you, Mario. We'll see you tomorrow. We're live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. He had to go. 12 p.m. Eastern every day, people. If you know somebody, tell them to make it. But nonetheless, once again, I can integrate directly with that agent CRM. If they don't have a CRM, we provide a free mini CRM to every single one of your agents. We're going to talk about that. Hopefully by the end of this week, we're going to be launching the V2 version. So that's going to be updated. It's there. It's just not published yet. So I'm hoping that you guys will see it. If you're part of our Facebook community, you will see it before we even go live on our webinar. I'm just going to give you guys the link to our Facebook community real quick because, I mean, I'm talking about it a lot. So for those of you that are not in it, highly recommend you join. You'll see everything before it happens on here. But, once again, just staying on the realtor's profile, you're going to have access to obviously have notes, emails. Once again, we sync directly with your Outlook, Gmail, etc. If you're using our dialer, you're going to have unlimited calling and unlimited texting. So you can call and text directly from the system. You can create tasks. We have an internal meeting tool. So for those of you that use Zoom or Teams and whatnot, if you go to our integrations, you can actually authenticate. So that way, when you create a Zoom meeting, you can do it directly from the system. And you have access to essentially record a Zoom meeting while working in the CRM. Or if you wanted to, you could use our internal meeting system as well. So let's say you have a Zoom link and you put that on the meeting. When you get done with that Zoom call, it's going to record it and it's going to put it in the client's profile. So you'll see the AI transcript, the meeting notes, everything about that meeting within the person's profile. And you can do this for clients as well. Any questions about that before I move on from the agent's profile? Okay, cool. I think everybody's like, Nicholas, we've seen this already. Just keep going. All right, awesome. So we talked a lot about the sales pipeline, the business partner pipeline. We've talked about the AI quite a bit. I believe I showed you guys the Ask Leah. So now I want to go ahead and dive into a few more things on the topic of AI. So with our workflows, for those of you that have not been on the call, at Leaf 360, well, we're trying to build something a little bit different here. For a lot of people that sign up with CRMs, you almost always get stuck paying onboarding fees. And it's just a part of it because unfortunately, somebody needs to set things up, right? It's almost always a situation where you sign up, you have a blank canvas, and then you're going to have a ton of things set up, including email templates, automations, workflows, etc. We are foregoing all onboarding fees with the launch of our new system. Our plan is to get you guys a system that you just have a monthly subscription for. That is month to month. You can sign up for a year if you'd like, but we want to keep it month to month. And the idea is that it's going to be ready pre-built for you so you don't have to. So the idea is that you do have the ability to create all these custom things, but we're going to have it pre-built for you. Um, let's say I want to create a workflow. I'm just going to create a quick one for the purpose of the call because we've done this a ton of times, but we're going to use this prompt. When a new lead comes in, send an email to the client and the buyer's agent and assign a task to the loan officer. So I'm gonna be very specific, right? Now, as soon as I prompt my AI, I'm hoping it's online. I think it is. As soon as I prompt this workflow builder, what it's gonna do is it's gonna take a look at the prompt I gave it. Now, if I wasn't clear about what I needed built, it's gonna ask me further questions. It's gonna actually ask me like, hey, what types of leads, what do you want to do with this? What's the type of messaging that you want to send out? But you guys will notice, I mean, that I think that's pretty quick, right? How quick it created that workflow for me. Now, look, I could easily, if I'm a person that is used to workflows, I can go in and do it myself. But for those of you that are not really used to that, I would use, I'm using an AI tool myself, by the way. Like I'm using this to build out our pre-built workflows for you all. We're planning on having dozens of pre-built workflows at launch by April 1st. So that the goal is that you won't actually come in and have to create anything. You're going to be like, Nicholas, you've already created anything I can even think of. Like that is our goal at launch. But for our power users out there, I already know you're going to want to create some stuff, right? So you'll notice automatically, whenever a new lead is created, it sends out a welcome email. And it also sends out an email to the buyer's agent and it creates a follow-up task for the loan officer. Now I can come and I can adjust it, or let's just say I don't want to use the AI for whatever reason. I could just click on this little plus icon and then I can add an additional step as well. So if I want to maybe, let's do this, send an SMS to the buyer's agent as well. So I could literally just tell it to do that. And instead of me clicking it, which I'm probably being lazy right there, it'll just do it for me, right? And honestly, it's not even being lazy, right? I'm paying for the tool, so I might as well use it. That's the way I see it. So, it automatically generates that SMS. And then, mind you, we are still prompting the AI email and SMS builder. That's going to be done very soon. But if you notice, like on the webinars, sometimes the texts are really good, and sometimes they just make zero sense. I'm like, dude, what are we talking about here? Like AI, you're killing me with this text. So we're prompting it so that way when we do launch that, it's going to be like really really good. But once again, you guys are going to be able to fill in your memory. You're going to be able to upload your documentation, the way that you speak. You can record your voice. Me, I give it my YouTube videos. I've been on YouTube for like 15 years, back from my video game days. So it literally knows how I talk. I give it everything. I give it my personal videos, like anything you can imagine of that you have access. I'm not telling you to give it a video of you and your family, but you could take that transcript and say, hey, here's me talking in a webinar or in a Zoom meeting, or here's me talking on a podcast or whatever it is. You can upload that memory. It's going to learn like, oh, Todd maybe stutters every third word. I know Todd doesn't stutter. I stutter, but it's going to notice that, right? And it might just sound just like you. But it's cool. Remember, AI it's very robotic, right? So we want to make it as human as possible because AI is literally artificial intelligence. We don't want to sound like everybody else. We want to sound like a person. A lot of people don't realize this, but imperfections is what often drives clients to work with us, right? Like me, when I'm doing these calls, you guys get me as I am. Like I'll mess up, things won't work. We just roll with the punches. Like that's life, right? Nobody's perfect, and neither is the system. So that's why we really, really, I encourage you guys. The more you use it, the more refined the AI will be. I will tell you that. So obviously, it created this nice little workflow. I'll show you guys an example of a more robust workflow. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, right? This is a little bit better. We got a new lead is created. It's checking a loan purpose. Is it a purchase? Is it a refi? Is it a cash out? Depending on what it is, send that email. If it's other, just do a default email. Then we're going to wait 2 hours. We're going to send an SMS, right? Hey, this is loan officer from company name. It's going to fill in your information. I just sent you an email. Excited to help. Text me anytime. And it's going to create a task. Wait a day. The system will check, did the lead respond? If they did do this, if they didn't do that. As a company owner, you could set this up so that way these automations can work not just for you, but for all your loan officers. And then for individual loan officers, you could say, okay, great, that company one is cool, but I want to customize it for myself a little bit and it won't even affect the company level. So you could customize it. If you guys use Arive, if you're familiar with like company settings and user settings, where you can set up templates at the company level, but the user level can trump the company level where it could say, okay, that's great, but this is how I want mine to go out without affecting the rest of the company. So very similar, where you have full power to do that. Any questions about our workflow builder? Okay. Does it look cool? Do you guys think it looks good? Does it like if you're getting a thumbs up in the chat, do you feel like this is something that you would use? Are you like Nicholas, just give me the library. I don't really care about building things. I'm
Hey
not.
Nick, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, Maurice. How's it going, sir?
Good, good. Thank you. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Will you guys provide an option to upload our information for us and kind of build the system out for an extra fee or something like that?
Well, so can you clarify? Because we're not trying to charge fees. So what do you mean? I'm sorry.
So like if I have information contacts, and I want to set up all these different agents that you're showing me,
Yeah.
will you have an option where you guys would do that for me?
So we want to try to keep it free for a lot of setups in terms of, so we're going to do a lot of that for you, by the way. So if you're talking about, let's say you're looking to transition from a different CRM, for example, or maybe a spreadsheets, you can actually import loans directly. We have the Mismo import. We also have a CSV import, or you could even upload contacts, right? So you have over here, you have your import leads, and then you can also upload business partners. So we'll help you with that import process. We want to make you pay for that. When you say agents, are you referring to like realtors, or are you talking about the AI agents and setting that up?
The AI agents.
Even then, we're looking to do more of a crash course to teach you how to do it. Look, I'm not telling you that if you want to pay us to do it, that we're not going to help you with that, right? Like, obviously, we want to help you, but we don't want to charge you. And the reason I say that is because whatever we build for you is something that we could also build for other people, right? So, for those of you that are on the early access, we're trying to keep this as like free of charge as much as possible. Now, Maurice, I'll be honest with you, if you're looking to do something really, really extensive, and it's like, okay, this requires like consultation. We could talk about that, right? But I don't think what you're trying to build is anything that we would have to charge you for. I'll be very honest with you.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're a small team, by the way, guys. We're four people, but we have a lot of AI agents that are working in the back end to help us build everything. So, we're very transparent about that. We work with over 300 and something companies. I don't remember. And we're a small team. I don't know how we manage it. I'll be very honest with you, but we are expanding slightly this year. Just very slightly because I'll be honest with you. The way that we built our systems is the same way that we want you guys to build your systems with the CRM, right? We want you to be able to run a 10 to 20 loan volume a month as a solo loan officer without getting a headache, without feeling like you're stressed, right? We want the system to work and act as if it's your loan partner. That's the goal. You don't need to go hire 10 people. Like you really don't. For those of you that are looking to hire, that's a separate conversation. We can talk about that. I obviously I'm a big advocate for having a big team, but for those of you that are not in that position, I truly do believe the system is going to help you expand without needing to hire on extra people. Quite honestly. Um, any more questions on that before I move into the email and the SMS builder?
Question on the database migration from FUB. Are you guys just going to
One
be
click.
doing it?
One click. One click. So, Todd, I'm so happy you asked that question. So, for those of you that are already working with us on Follow Up Boss, we developed a one-click transfer. So you can click a button and it'll take everything, call history, all that good stuff, and it'll drop it into the system accordingly. And because of the fact that we're so familiar with Follow Up Boss, we already have all the data points configured for Arive as well. Arive has, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 300 different custom fields that you can pull in from. We have all of those mapped out. So for those of you that are using Arive, one-click switch as well. Spiro, thank you, Joe. You answered it. Obviously, we have the Mismo import. Encompass, we have that set up. LendingPad, we have that set up. It's not like a one-click solution like Arive, but nonetheless, we have all the data points that we need because they have an open API. So if you're coming from any of the popular LOSs, loan origination systems, it'll be a very easy transition for us to get all your data in the system.
And then once it's over from Follow Up Boss, how do I make sure that my data is not just sitting there for somebody to call through somehow? I mean, I assume Follow Up Boss has something legality
Oh,
wise
we would
that we
delete
can
your
do to
data
keep
and
it.
follow boss.
Okay, we
Yeah, once
delete
it's
it.
over, we'll delete it. Yeah, we'll cancel your account. Yeah, absolutely. And we're being an approved partner with Fault Boss. We're very familiar with like their security. They claim, right? Obviously, I can't tell you 100%, but when they delete your data, it's deleted. Like, and I believe this to be 100% true because I accidentally deleted almost 90,000 contacts from our system. And you guys are probably like, Nicholas, what the heck? Like, it was my own personal system at the time. Thank God we had it backed up, but I deleted almost 90,000 contacts when I was an originator. I was working in the system and I did a big mistake. And I don't even know how they allowed me to do that at the time. Like it's so crazy. But I reached out to their support and they said, unfortunately, we have no access to your data. And we followed up with them recently and we asked them about that. And it's true. When you delete your data with most CRMs, they truly do lose access to a lot of it. Same with us. If any of you ever signed up with us and you left, we completely like lose your data. So depending on the system, they could house it for a number of days, for example. So some systems might say, hey, we'll house it for 90 days or 30 days in case you decide to come back, depending on the cancellation period. But if you request an immediate cancellation, standard procedure is just to delete it right away. Like us, if you tell us you want to cancel at the end of your period, which is at the end of the 30 days, we'll house your data for those next 30 days until the actual cancellation. Because we've had a ton of people say they want to cancel and then they just come right back. And we're like, don't worry, we got your information. It's still here, right? Other people, unfortunately, they canceled, they come back, and we've had to just re-import everything, which that's always just a nightmare on our side because we don't want you guys to have to deal with that. Um, but yeah, sorry, I went off on a tangent. I apologize, guys. I'm sorry.
No
um,
worries. Yeah, I was curious on the FUB thing because it wasn't until I was already on FUB that somebody told me that they're actually owned by Zillow, and I'm like, great. Did I just give my
yeah,
database to somebody?
no, you're so Zillow has been very clear in their privacy policy that the only data that they have access to is the data that you are actually purchasing directly from Zillow. Um, but we don't know where Follow Boss is heading, which is why we're very rushed to get this out for you guys. Like that has sped up our process quite significantly. So yeah, I'm with you on that, Todd. When we found out they got bought out by Zillow, we manage our database, like Leaf 360 on FUB. We quickly we built like our own mini CRM just quickly to move everything over because we had to. We didn't want to, we were like, hey, we need to be ready to transition. For those of you that are coming from other CRMs like Bonzo, HubSpot, Go High Level, we're very familiar with those systems, so we can help you get your data out of there as well if you need assistance with that. On the topic of AI, I don't have it ready today. I really wanted to show you guys how quick our AI site builder works. I know Joe's probably like, man, I want to see this. I've been here every single day. But we have an AI website builder. So for those of you that are really into building an online presence, landing pages for clients, etc., it'll build a full-blown website for you, a landing page, and you could literally build dozens of these. I mean, it is insane how cool it is. You can customize it manually or you can use the AI tool to customize it for you. I would probably just use the AI tool to do it for me. Um, I don't know if it's live right now, so we're gonna just check it out, guys. We're literally just gonna check it out. So let's do a hero. Create a cool hero title. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Like I'm with you guys on this. Let's see. So we see that it's streaming. Da, 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 da. Got about another 10 seconds or so. Oh, is it slowing down on me at the end? Oh, I hate that. I don't like that. Yeah, we're gonna get this refined, guys. All right. Anyways, I'll let it sit for a second while we do this. But before we launch, we want this to be like a thing that's done in seconds. Like right now, our website builder takes about 5 to 10 minutes to build, which is a little bit. I know for some of you, it's like, wow, that's really fast. like man, I gotta pay all this money. I gotta go through this third party company, etc. It says it did it. I don't think it did it, so it didn't even do anything. You guys could see that, but nonetheless, we're planning on having our website builder just be almost instant, where it's done in less than a minute. And then obviously this functionality, like I said, I don't think this is live right now on my demo account, but where you could just customize it instantly. But if I click preview, you'll notice that it's a legitimate website. The links work and everything. I can, over here, this one is not active. But if I click on any of these, it's going to take me to the sections. So for those of you that don't want to spend the money on a full-blown website, right? Or maybe your company doesn't provide a website. You just need a simple landing page. This is a solution right here. I mean, this is an amazing solution. And if you do run a team, you can put that information in. For those of you that are very familiar with Go High Level allows something similar where you can create landing pages in there. This is going to be cheaper and it's going to be quicker, and you can build a whole lot more within the system. So that's our goal. David, you had a question, brother? I saw you on
Hey,
mute.
Nick,
Yes, sir.
can you make that live, like to reflect your actual pricing?
Oh, you're talking about like having like a legitimate pricing engine? Is that what you're referring to?
No, no, I mean like where it says 6.125 best rate available. Can you make that reflect your actual company
So
pricing?
yes, that would have to connect to that would have to connect to the back end. I honestly, I probably wouldn't even put that on a landing page. And I'll tell you
Okay.
why. Because me, my mindset is if you start advertising rates, clients are going to shop you for rates, right? Like me, I advertise customer service, I advertise speed, and I advertise like how well we're going to get the job done. That's my go-to. I'm not telling you that you can't advertise this, but clients get bombarded with rates and price. Like they see that all day, every day. But when I see that somebody's average time to close is 7 days, when I see you got 155, like me, I wouldn't leave this down here. I would have this section. I'd have that right at the top personally. I want them to see I have 155-star reviews, right? Like that's my mindset with that. But yes, David, that is something we could definitely connect. We could talk about that. How many landing pages can we create? One.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. You guys can create unlimited. We have about 70 sites on this account. I don't know if they're all act. Yeah, you can't see them on here. But we're working with a wholesale lender, and we have a, broker that has almost 400 loan officers coast to coast, and they we have if I show you guys their website, shout out to Todd. Every single one of their loan officers has an individual landing page, and it's created automatically for them. So if I were to just like click on anybody's landing page over here, this is an example of like their landing pages that they have created. And anytime somebody joins the company, it automatically creates a landing page. So these are all very customizable. This is a website that we've built for them. It's a full company website with articles and blogs and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in like a legitimate company website, you can reach out to us. We could talk about pricing and what it looks like to do that. But if you're just looking for a building out simple landing pages, you can build as many as you like in here. Any questions on the landing pages before I move on? Awesome. Okay. So we have about 8 minutes left. I just want to really quickly wrap up on this section right here. So our email builder, I know this is really repetitive for a lot of people that are here every day. We haven't made too many changes, not too many updates, but if I were to just do a quick prompt and I wanted to generate an email, I could select the prompt or I could prompt it out myself, and it's going to create a really nice marketing email. So for those of you that are using systems like SendGrid, MailChimp, I can't think of any other ones. Really good emails. I'm not telling you have to get rid of them, but we're replacing them, and we're saving you that cost. So it'll create this nice template. You can completely edit it. You can add videos. For example, if I want to add a video into here, if I click on that, I can add all sorts of social links, pro tips, call to actions. I can customize the content. I can move things up and down if I'd like. And if I'm happy with it, I could save this. I could change the image if I'd like. And then that'll get saved into my library. So all my emails are going to be here. Same with my SMS templates. It's the exact same thing, right? If I want to create a new SMS template, I could just do this. I could generate the SMS template. And then as soon as I do that, what's going to happen is it's going to automatically generate a few different variations for SMS. And I'll have those available within right here. I can select one. I can click use this. I can edit it, and then I can hit save. I ran through that really quickly, guys, just because we've gone over this a lot. It's on our YouTube, it's on our Facebook. Like I've talked about this 1,000 times. But what I really want to stress towards the end of this call is that as we are getting ready to launch, this is the last thing that we are finalizing right now. And this is one of the most important things for us is a reporting dashboard. We didn't want to launch about a reporting dashboard. It's ready to go. I'm still refining it, but it's good. The idea is that you're going to be able to track everything about your business, from your leads to your loans, your realtor partners, your team performance, and you can even create different reporting views, right? These are
Did
just
you just say if we're still here, we're getting early access tomorrow?
no, 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 no. I didn't say all that. I said I really wish, man. I really wish, but no. You obviously, Todd, like you guys that are here. I promise, you're gonna be able to use it a lot sooner than later. This is something that like we need to get out, because a lot of people are waiting. But this was the like just so you guys know, being very transparent. This was the final feature that we worked on, our reporting. There's nothing else that's coming. Like for now, there's a lot of stuff coming that we're not talking about yet. That we're like, man, it's gonna blow your tops off. But for now, you have everything. Like our credit dashboard. It's there. We're not going to have it at launch though. So I'm not talking about that. That's why you notice I've ignored it. But everything here that you've seen is going to be available at launch, which is, I think, a lot. But the reporting dashboard, it's going to have AI built into it as well. So you could literally tell it, hey, build a whole reporting dashboard for just Facebook leads. And it'll create all the KPIs, the metrics. And when you click on any kind of KPI or metric, it's going to pull open a list. And then you can actually view those clients as well. So I don't know about you guys, but I think that's really cool. Where I'm like, oh, these are the people that are in my reporting. These are my lead sources that came from my import. These are my lead sources that came from my different referrals. These are my lead sources that came from Dabo. And then I have a quick list right there. And you can customize these, add as many modules as you'll like. And there's going to be an AI prompt, very similar to like our workflow builder, where if I go over here, it's literally just going to tell you, hey, what do you want to do? And then it's just going to ask you. So you don't have to think about it. It'll just tell you, well, based on what you're looking to do, these are the main KPIs and metrics that I think you should focus on. Let's build that reporting dashboard for you. And then it'll just build it. And then I'll just end off on this, guys. For those of you that are looking to grow your business, we have a separate workspace, which is Lead 360 Recruiting. This is really for team leaders and those that are looking to onboard loan officers, processors, LOAs. And it's essentially a separate CRM just for that. So that is separate. It's part of the workspace, but it is a separate cost. So if you are interested in that, please email us or just let us know in the Facebook community. That's probably the best way to get a response. And we could tell you more about it. But for the purpose of this webinar, we're just focusing on the CRM. One of the webinars this week, we are going to be focusing solely on the recruiting platform. And then we also have a wholesale CRM for lenders. We do that at a separate time at 1:30. So if you guys are interested to learn about that, let me know. We can invite you to that. But we will be doing something for the recruiting CRM. This is actually live. These two are live. So this is like, people are using this. We just don't advertise it as much. We're really promoting the CRM right now.
So I just saw, like, I don't know where I saw it, but it basically said, maybe towards the bottom of the page, but it said like, rate drop opportunity, text sent. So it'll send the text and just kind of let you know
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah. So with the AI, it'll draft it and then it'll confirm with you before it sends it. So if you guys are familiar with Superhuman's an amazing email tool that we use at our here at Lead 360. And if it recognizes that you've emailed a person, but they haven't responded, it'll draft up a follow-up email and then it'll put it it'll pop up and say, hey, do you want to send this email? And then you can put it for later. You could just dismiss it. And then what we're planning on doing is something similar with texting and emailing. So we're going to look throughout the system and then we're going to look for opportunities. Hey, this is a potential refi opportunity. Do you want to send out this SMS? Do you want to send out this email? Or you could just have it automatically do it and bypass any permission once you're comfortable with the system as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we have 2 minutes. I can stay on for a little bit longer. That's not an issue. But obviously, I just want to thank you all so much for joining. I know I'm staring here. It's because that's where my monitor is and my camera's there. But I really appreciate you all for joining. Once again, if you're not in the Facebook community, I had already put it in the chat. I'm going to link it again. Please join. Ask questions.
Can I ask a stupid question? But
There's no stupid questions. Stop. You're good.
Why don't you move the effing camera?
The way my setup is, I can't, unfortunately, because I have a dual monitor setup. So I have a monitor here, a monitor there. I have my light source here, a light source there. I have my microphone here. It's like a studio. When I record on YouTube, I'm staring at it. But when I'm talking to you guys, obviously, I'm kind of going back and forth.
Yeah,
So, that's why, man. It's just a space constraint. But I don't know. I kind of like the 45-degree angle sometimes, It's like you're looking at me from an outside perspective. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, I'm a little late in the game, but when is the launch date? And I don't even know what the pricing is.
It's the same pricing. We haven't increased our pricing. We're at 59 right now for our early access users and our existing users. Launch date, we have it set for April 1st.
Did you say $59?
Yeah.
For the CRM?
Correct. Yes, sir.
That's very affordable.
Yeah, we know. We wanted to make it stupid cheap.
Holy shit. Okay,
Yeah.
and then that comes with the landing pages, but I can add an actual like company website as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the company website is additional though?
Yeah, the company website's something separate because that's like a whole that's a separate thing in and of itself. With the landing pages, so because of the fact that it's all AI credits, right? Like the AI builder, the landing pages. We're trying to keep it very cheap, so that way it's almost negligible for the cost of building the landing page. where it's like it's a stupid number that you wouldn't even have to think twice about. I don't really have the final cost per credit, but I'll just tell you this: it's going to be cheaper than any other solution that you're going to find, and much better. So I will tell you that.
Okay, and when is
Yeah.
did you pin down the launch date or you're still working on
April.
that?
We officially announced April 1st on our webinars. So
April
that's
1st. Okay.
yeah, I know, right? April Fools, kind of crazy, right, guys? Yeah.
Yes.
So
So Nick,
those, no, yeah.
if we have you would still have the leaf charge, or because like right now I get charged from FUB
You're not getting charged
and
from FUB anymore. So if you're on FUB, you can cancel that. You're only keeping the leaf charge. That's it.
okay.
Yeah. And then for those of you that aren't already signed up, you're just signing up with us at Leaf 360. Just one charge. One monthly subscription, month to month. You also get a discount for annual. But yeah.
And wasn't there
And
a
then
higher level that went up to 99, like that did more stuff or something? Or
Oh,
maybe
well, okay. So the 99 is going to be including the unlimited dialer, unlimited texting. That's just for the phone system, really. We're trying to give you guys everything with the base plan, so that's just the phone system. So if you want to use a phone system, yes, it is an additional cost. Obviously, there's a charge to have a phone number to be able to make the calls and text messages, so we have to charge for that. But we're trying to keep it at cost. We're not trying to make a profit on it. I mean, I'm a business owner telling you I'm not trying to make a profit on it. Like, you guys know what I mean. Like, we're trying to keep it as cheap as possible because, quite honestly, like we want everybody to use the dialer because I mean, in my opinion, it makes the CRM that much better. Tracking all your calls, tracking all your text message, having the AI be able to utilize that as well. It's a huge feature.
okay.
and
Is
last question on that, like having it track everything and having the phone number and everything, do we have to let people know that I'm recording the call?
No, you don't. No. So I don't know any, personally, I don't know any state that legally requires it. I think there may be one or two. Todd, none of the states that we're in, you have to worry about that. You don't have to do any kind of call recording disclosure at all. In our settings, there is a recording disclosure option. So if you want to enable it, I know some people in certain counties in California, I think I know they have it on, but I also know people in the state counties that don't have it on. And they're like, yeah, we don't need it. So I don't know. But we have it there in case you feel the need to have that. It is an option to turn it on where anytime you get on a call, it'll say, hey, this call is being recorded. And then that's it. Yeah.
and to be
David, you had a
clear, I
question?
don't have Leaf 360 right now,
I know you
then I
don't,
don't have to
David.
worry about that, right?
Yeah, no, you
Yeah,
know. David, come on, brother. I know you, man. What's wrong with you?
yeah.
Look, I know the situation, man. That's why we got this coming out for you. We know what you need.
Yeah, that's great, man. So it's just
Yeah.
flat 59 to you, and then if I want the dollar 99 a month, and then anybody under me, like my allos,
So, so we're trying to figure out pricing. Like LOs, it's going to be the same cost, right? We're going to have a team plan and enterprise plan, but we're trying to figure out pricing for processors and LOAs that are going to have a little bit more of a limited functionality. We're even considering like giving away free seats. So if you have a person that like is only using it for certain admin roles, like we want to just give them a free seat right there,
yeah,
because we
that
don't
makes
want to
sense.
charge you for seats that they're not really going to utilize the full function of the system. So that's something we're trying to figure out how we're going to do the logistics behind it for the billing.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we'll confirm. We're in the process of setting up our billing because it's a whole different ball game right now. So that's also another reason we can't launch is because we can't take your payment. But we're finishing the billing, so that should be done soon. And then once we're done with the billing, our pricing will go live on the website. Right now, you don't see any pricing on the website. So once we figure out everything, like how we're going to bill for the AI credits, the monthly subscription, once all of that is there, we're going to put it all live for you to see so you know exactly what you're paying for. It's not a guess of how much am I paying every month.
Okay.
Nick, did you say it was going to go live April the 1st?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Or it's a very long leading up April Fool's joke, one of the two.
Honestly, man, and I always say this, if it's up to me, man, we're gonna get it before then. I mean, Christian came out and said it. So, Christian, my father, co-founder, I think it was the last webinar to be before that, we had set April 1st live for those that were there. And every day on our team meetings, we're reiterating that launch date, trying to get it sooner. So that's our plan.
Awesome.
Yeah. We really appreciate you guys' patience. Thank you all. I mean, the feedback has been great. I didn't know this many people would want a CRM, like honestly. So this is really exciting. So we really do appreciate you guys supporting us.
No, man, I think you guys are on the cutting edge of CRM technology, man. This is the future.
Yes, sir. Maurice, have we met before?
Yeah, we've spoken before.
We have.
I'm with Coast to Coast.
Man, Maurice, I heard your voice and I was like, wait a minute, because I didn't recognize the last name. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've spoken before. We've been on the
I,
call.
there we go. That's why I recognized your voice the second you started talking. I'm so sorry,
Yep.
but you haven't been on the webinars, have you? I don't think I've
No,
seen you
I
on.
haven't.
Okay, that's why.
No,
Yeah,
but
because I
I've
knew.
had a one-on-one call with your dad
Yeah,
though. I've spoken
yeah.
to Christian before.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah, that's why. I recognize the money man. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
That's me.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. I appreciate you, Maurice, Todd, David, Sparrow, everybody that was here, obviously. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you have any
You bet.
questions, let me know. All right. Take care, guys.
Thanks, man.
Bye.